You know, we toss around the term online security a lot, but honestly, it's something we all need to be thinking about more these days, especially with what just went down with Fidelity investments.
Yeah, data breaches are becoming way too common.
This isn't just another tech headline, folks.
It's about your information, your money, your security.
This Fidelity situation, well, it's a bit of a doozy. Between August 17th and 19th, they discovered some shady activity.
Unauthorized access is the technical term, but let's call a spade a spade. We're talking about a breach here.
And it wasn't just some random hack either. What gets me is how they got in.
Right, so they basically created two fake customer accounts. Used those to slip right past Fidelity's defenses.
So two customer accounts is all it took. That's all I'm going to say. Makes you wonder about their security, right?
That's the million-dollar question. But here's the thing. Even though Fidelity says no one's bank accounts were touched,
And to be fair, that's reassuring. At least for now.
true, but we're talking about over 77,000 individuals' information left exposed.
77,000? That's a whole lot of people.
That's a whole lot of names, social security numbers, addresses, even driver's license info just floating around out there.
You see, this is what gets me. It's not just about changing your password after the fact. This stuff can follow you around for years.
Exactly. Imagine someone taking those pieces of your identity from this breach, putting it together like a puzzle. Your name, social security number, driver's license, suddenly they can become you.
So we're not even just talking about identity theft, but like full-on identity replacement.
It's a new world of financial crime out there.
Huh?
And frankly, it's terrifying.
So someone out there could basically have the keys to your life, huh?
That's the scary part. And they can use those keys to unlock all sorts of trouble. This breach, it's like ringing a dinner bell for scammers, especially those running phishing schemes.
Phishing. Ugh, those emails and texts that try to trick you.
Exactly. But here's the thing, they're getting smarter. Imagine getting an email. It's from Fidelity. It's totally legit, right?
Uses their logo the whole 9 yards.
Oh, absolutely. And the email, it might even mention the breach. Try to be helpful. Say they need you to update your account info. Click this link. It's urgent.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
It's not Fidelity. Not even close. It's a trap, plain and simple. They use your fear, your desire to fix things against you.
So it's like they're using the breach as a weapon itself.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So what can you do? Well, Fidelity's offering 2 years of free credit monitoring. I'm talking everyone listening, sign up, even if you think you're too smart for this.
2 years free, can't hurt, right? It's like a watchdog for your credit.
Think of it like it's an early warning system. Someone tries to open a credit card in your name, bam, you get an alert.
Better than finding out when you get that massive bill, right?
You got it. But beyond that, don't just glance at your bank statements. Scrutinize them. I mean, really look at every line, every charge, every single day.
Even those little tiny charges, like a few bucks here and there.
Especially those. Those could be a test. See if the account's live. Then they go in for the big score later.
Wow. Okay, I'm learning a lot today.
Good. Knowledge is power, as they say.
Oh.
Now, if you want to go full fortress mode, there's this thing called a credit freeze.
A credit freeze, what is that exactly?
It's like putting your credit report on ice. No one can open new accounts in your name without your say-so.
So even if someone has your info, they hit a brick wall.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's not foolproof, but it's a major roadblock for these guys.
Sounds like a smart move. Is it a pain to set up?
Honestly, not really. And most banks, credit card companies, they have it all online now.
So we've got credit freezes, checking our statements, but I feel like I'm forgetting something obvious.
You mean the cornerstone of online security in this day and age?
That's the one.
Strong passwords and two-factor authentication. I can't stress this enough.
For everything, not just your bank.
Your email, social media, online shopping. If they have a login, make sure it's locked down tight.
Because if those little pieces of information are like keys, a weak password is like leaving your door wide open.
Worse, it's like handing the keys over to the bad guys on a silver platter.
Okay, so two-factor authentication. I know I should be using it, but I'll be honest, sometimes those codes are annoying.
I hear you. But honestly, it takes 2 minutes to set up, and then you barely even notice it.
And it could save you hours, if not days, of headache down the line.
Exactly. Look, we all get a little lazy with our online security sometimes. But with something like this Fidelity breach, it's a wake-up call. This isn't just about Fidelity dropping the ball. It's about how vulnerable we all are in this digital world.
And that's a scary thought.
It is. But you know what's scarier? Being caught off guard? Being reactive instead of proactive. So what do you say? We take back control.
Absolutely. We need to be just as clever and determined as the folks trying to steal our information. So we're talking passwords, credit freezes, really battening down the hatches. But at the end of the day, it comes down to us, right? Being smart about those phishing attempts.
100%. They're banking on us being, well, human, clicking without thinking, letting our emotions get the better of us.
Because who hasn't gotten that email, panicked, and almost clicked the link before realizing, wait a minute.
Exactly. So, first rule, if something feels off, don't click anything. Go directly to the company's website. Use your bookmarks, not the link in the email. Or better yet, pick up the phone.
Because it's always better to be safe than sorry. And on that note, no legitimate company, not Fidelity, not your bank, no one is going to ask for your social security number or passwords over email.
Right. That's a huge red flag. And speaking of red flags,
Hmm.
this isn't Fidelity's first rodeo this year.
Oh, you're talking about that other incident back in, what was it, spring?
Early 2024. Involved some third-party vendor they were using, and another 30,000 people's information caught up in that mess.
See, that's what gets me. 2 major breaches in 1 year. And this is Fidelity, not some small startup.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Like, how are they handling things over there? Because we're not talking about a handful of accounts. Fidelity, they've got, what, over 51 million investors?
Yeah, it's not just about their reputation, it's about the responsibility they have. Millions of people trusting them with their life savings.
And when something like this happens twice, it erodes that trust. Honestly, we might see some new regulations coming down the pipeline because of this.
Which honestly might not be a bad thing. We need some stricter rules about data security.
Absolutely. Companies need to be held accountable. Look, technology is amazing, but it comes with risks. And the more we rely on these companies, the higher the stakes get.
So, as we wrap things up here, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
Simple. If it can happen to Fidelity, it can happen to anyone.
Meaning no one's immune, no matter how careful you are.
Exactly. So stay informed, be cautious, and remember, you're the first and last line of defense when it comes to your data.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, everyone, stay safe out there.